Almighty's house. We're taking a look at a beer on Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Tonight, we are taking a look at none other than the special Red Seal Ale from North Coast Brewing in California. Hi there, folks. We're going to take a look at a beer from Red Seal. Actually, not Red Seal. It is northcoastbrewing.com. The makers of Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout. One of the best Russian Imperial Stouts in the world. I liked it.
Splitting review is really how I ended up on this channel in the first place.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that was the first beer that we reviewed together.
Yeah, so pretty much.
We're finally going to take a look at another beer from these folks.
So the pity I have for you in not having your own Russian Imperial Stout has led us down this path of hundreds and hundreds of beers.
Well, I don't know if it's been hundreds so far, but definitely getting close, if not over by now.
Probably getting close.
Yeah. Anyway, taking a look at Red Seal Ale. I don't know too much about it other than that it's made by North Coast. This is water.
They have a big whale on their label.
Water, malted barley, hops, yeast, and that's all. It says, malt and hops are beautifully married in this copper red pale ale. Oh, so it's a pale ale. Generously hopped for a long, spicy denouement.
Denouement?
Denouement?
Perhaps?
Denouement, probably. Doesn't say, where's the ABV written on this thing? You know, with these American beers, they don't always list the alcohol and the content on them. I think it's something we're going to have to look up. But all it says really on it is that it's 12 fluid ounces and brewed in Fort Bragg, California. Ooh. So, North Coast Brewing's Red Seal Ale. Why don't we crack it open?
Another Californian.
Another Californian beer.
After Maine and Massachusetts, this is probably our most common state.
Man, they brew so many damn beers, but then again, how big is the state of California anyway?
Pretty freaking huge, especially if you count it by population.
Yeah, they've probably got a ton of breweries out there. I mean, the reason why we get a lot of Massachusetts brews, like Samuel Adams,
that's pretty much the most Massachusetts brew we get.
It's pretty much just one more. A lot of the brews that we get are from New England, mainly because we live so close to New England. But we do get a fair amount of California brews just because they are so damn good.
It's true.
So looking at this beer, it's definitely got almost like a, I see what they call it, Red Seal Ale. It's almost reddish in color. It's not quite. It's kind of like an orangey golden color.
It is got a slight red tinge to it rather than being a total pale ale.
It's a little darker than the ratio is over here. Well, yeah. Well, he wants out now. Sorry. But yeah, one finger ahead, and it's got an off-white. It's definitely got a yellowish tinge to the head too. It's almost beige. But that looks really nice. I mean, for a pale ale. Another American-style pale ale, like the Flying Dog that we had that one time.
Only this would be a West Coast pale.
This would be a West Coast pale, an authentic West Coast pale. So kind of like Big Tide's Transcontinental,
only really from the left coast.
Or really from the left coast, yes. From the north coast of left coast of, okay, whatever.
But
anyway,
there are seals in it.
Or else. It's got a seal of approval.
It smells pretty good. Really smells
They definitely use the C's in this. Get a nice citrusy, almost floral kind of smell to it. Big amount of like a pink grapefruit as well as a little bit of floral quality to it.
Yep.
A bit like flowers. But not too strong.
No, it's not a very strong odor.
Underneath that is a light smell of a caramel malt. But it's very faint.
It's a very light odor.
Yes, odor. Not odor, it's a smell.
Aroma.
Odor, aroma. Odor sounds like it's so bad.
It is odoriferous.
Are you odifferent?
Let's O down the hatch.
Okay, O down the hatch. Cheers.
That ain't bad.
That's not bad at all.
I am getting a little bit of the red malt character coming through in that.
There is definitely a bit of like a caramel and a red and a toffee kind of poking up through in the back, maybe towards the center actually, and there's a citrus flavor note, but there's also an earthy bitterness to it.
It's not very bitter, but there is definitely some hop flavor coming through here quite clearly.
As it dried out in my mouth, I'm almost getting this little bit of a coffee.
I am definitely getting kind of shades of a red ale or an Irish ale in this.
Definitely.
Not enough to call it that, but like definitely influence.
And there's also a little bit of like a fruitiness to it, like a red apple.
Perhaps.
Like in the body. Like if you taste the body, it's almost like on the sides of the tip of the tongue.
Yeah, I can see that.
On the side of the tips of the tongue, there's almost like this little bit of a sweet red apple tartness, along with this earthy, citrusy kind of a hop taste. And it's this toffee, coffee, caramel malt mainly in the back. And it's a lingering earthy bitterness that kind of lingers throughout the mouth, and but it's not strong. It's a very light and easy drinking pale ale.
It is and quite easy to go down.
Look at the gorgeous lacing on that too.
Yeah.
Oh. That's one thing I got to say about the American beers is they got their lacing down pat.
Yeah.
So what do we think about this particular beer?
It was pretty good.
I thought it was pretty good too. What's the horn?
That's just someone honking their horn.
Some random neighbor honking at us. I thought it was a really good ale. It's almost like the red seal ale almost could suggest. It's got a little bit of an Irish twang to the West Coast Pale Ale style. I think it works quite well.
Yeah, it's a nice take on it.
5.5% ABV is the alcohol by volume on this one. I looked it up on Rapier during the break. I think it works quite well. It's a very delicious beer. It's not the best beer in the world, but it's certainly one of the best pale ales, especially one of the best American pale ales. I still think that I'd favor Flying Dog's doggy style better than this, though, as far as pale ales go.
You know, that's an East Coast, West Coast thing.
I thought that Flying Dog was from, well, I think they're in Delaware now or something now, but they were from Denver.
I don't know, they're on the East Coast somewhere.
Whatever. I mean, it's definitely a good representation of the West Coast style, but with a little bit of an Irish twang to it, which actually works quite well. It's definitely delicious. A 4 from me. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. What do you think?
I was debating between a 3 3/4 and a 4, but I'll go 4.
You're going to go 4? 4. See my 4 and raise me nothing. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review of North Coast's Red Seal Ale. We'll talk to you folks later.
Cheers.
Cheers. Now it's time to get lucky.
Lucky Buddha.
Lucky Buddha.
Buddha.
Buddha.